St. Joseph, and I am here to speak to you today about signs. How do we know when Spirit is speaking to us? How do we know when what we're receiving is intuition and not just something that we're making up? Where does it come from? How do we discern? And then what do we do about it? Well, the first thing we need to figure out is what's us. How do we know what's us? Well, I'm sure most of you have an experience at times where you're singing a song and bebopping along, and then you turn on the radio and it's there on the radio. That's because there are radio waves all around us, and they're made up basically the same kind of stuff that creates our thoughts in our own brains. So we can pick up on what other people are thinking or feeling, and also what's just traveling in the air around us. Television, radio, all of these radio waves are around us at all times. So when things are constantly bombarding us like that and coming in, how do we then discern what's us? Well, the first thing you need to do is to realize that things do come in from outside. The second place things come in from is the past or a memory. Have you ever done something and then you hear your mother's voice or your father's voice inside your head admonishing you about it, or saying, let's go, slugger, or different things like that? But it's definitely coming from your parents, something from the past. Or something will trigger you and you get a flashback to something in the past. These are all things that are held in the subconscious. So these are two things that are in your head that are going on that aren't you. In order to figure out what is you, you have to know what isn't. So if you're standing on a platform waiting for the subway or waiting for the bus to come, and suddenly you feel yourself thinking or feeling things that you weren't just a second ago, take a deep breath, look around, and see if it could be coming from somewhere else. The second thing is to ask, is this mine? If you get a no, listen to it and say, thank you for giving me the information, but I do not need this, and send it away. Send it back into the direction from which it came, or simply send it up for Spirit to recycle that energy. If you don't hear anything, that's as good as a no. If it's yours, it'll continue and you'll know it's yours. Everyone is empathic to some extent. At this point, science has proven that empathy is something that primates also feel, where when we see someone in danger or in fear or hurt, that we pick up on what they're feeling and we physiologically have similar sensations to what they're feeling. That's empathy. Everyone is empathic. Some of us are so empathic that we pick up on people just by hearing their name. Or sometimes we could pick up on things because the emotional impact is so large that it resonates and hits us wherever we are with the slightest bit of connection. Things like the towers coming down, or when, excuse me, the space shuttle exploded, plane accidents. Oftentimes, people who are highly sensitive will feel that impact, will feel that screaming of souls, so to speak. So your level of empathy could be a variety of things, but we are all empathetic. Now, that being said, I understand that people with certain chemical and brain function differences, like psychopaths and sociopaths, may not actually have empathy. They may not feel it. But as a general rule, humans and primates, at the very least, when they're now finding it in other mammals, have empathy. So once we figure out what's ours, Then we could figure out what Spirit's trying to tell us. There's all kinds of ways that Spirit speaks to you and tries to get your attention. A very common way, and one of the most brazen ways, I guess, is just to completely reinforce something. So for me, I know if I see triple digits, especially a 222 or 333, it means pay attention. If I see them in sequential order, it's like really pay attention. If I see triple digits and then quadruple digits, it's like you're going to get kicked in the head any minute. You need to pay attention. And whatever is following that, or whatever is happening at that time, whatever I am intuiting after I see that number, is the message. Everyone has their own signals and signs. Many people have the triple digit or quadruple digit. Some people it's just double digits. Some people it's specific numbers like a 23 or a 423, that when they see this number, especially more than once, in unusual places especially, that means to pay attention, that this is a message. Easiest way for Spirit to get in touch with you. Another way is for things to be repetitive. So things like a song that you haven't heard in years, suddenly you hear it on the radio. Then your friend starts talking to you about it. Then you see the lyrics when you go on Facebook. What the heck's going on? Well, whatever that song is attached to, pay attention to the words and pay attention to whatever it's attached to in you, because it's coming up for you to look at it. As we move forward, the key is awareness. Be aware. Be aware of your own essence. Be aware of the feelings and vibrations that you get from what's around you, from people, places, and things. Be aware when something is being put in front of you more than once. Now, so far as intuition goes, we also have a physical reaction to things. So the way I describe it is that your intuition is right here. It's in your solar plexus. Your emotion is up here. It's in your throat, and thoughts come from your head. So thoughts don't necessarily translate to a feeling in the body. When you're putting your whole self into something and imagining it or visualizing it, then you'll get a body response many times. If what you're getting is coming from the top of the chest and the throat, that's emotion. Emotion is not necessarily going to lead you in the right direction. Your intuition always leads you in the right direction. Your intuition will warn you of danger or show you an opportunity. So when you're moving towards something or trying to make a decision, if your solar plexus feels like it's being pulled back and it gets real tight, that is a definite no. If it feels like it's opening up and you feel pulled forward or just feels relaxed, that is a yes. If you're not really feeling anything, it doesn't really matter. It's your decision. So, what have we learned today? You need to be aware. You need to filter through what's yours and what's not. We are all empathic to different extents. Learning to differentiate what's your emotion from someone else's emotion is a very, very important thing. And we also learned where our intuition lies and how to read it. So pay attention when things keep coming up for you. That's Spirit trying to get your attention. If Spirit has to do it too often, you're going to get hit in the head with a 2x4 and it's not going to be pretty. You need to listen. So knowing that, move forward in confidence and in faith. Be ready for the future. Be ready for your guidance. And be clear about what kind of guidance you want. Clearing your field, doing a regular golden white light meditation and clearing is essential. This is GeralynStJoseph signing off. Enjoy yourselves. Thank you.